Get ready for some of the best sports talks and reactions on YouTube here at Mylk TV. Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Mylk, here with Grizz, and now we're going to be previewing Grizz's favorite New York Gigantes 2026 season outlook.
Found this little pencil.
The Giants. Okay, look at that. Look at that. We're going to be looking at the Giants, a little bit of their schedule. We'll be looking at a little bit of everything there. They went through a lot of changes. Here. And coaching staff, a lot of new player acquisitions there. John Harbaugh, the new coach, former Ravens coach, a successful coach, Super Bowl winning coach. I don't necessarily think that my criticisms of the past, I don't really think it was a head coach issue. I thought it was more of a general manager issue. They still have the same general manager, and I guess we're going to have to see. What do you think? What were your thoughts of coaching staff specifically? We'll move along with everything, but like coaching staff specifically, and general manager, like front office kind of thing. What do you feel?
Yeah, my feelings with the general management was kind of well known from. It's been like an up and down feeling with them essentially, because you do things as dumb as paying Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley during one free agency, and so that calls for obvious criticism,
right?
But then you go ahead and you have a draft like last year where you get Jackson Dart, Abdul Carter, Cam Scatterbu, and now you're like, wow, this team you did a great job just like adding young talent to this team, as well as also acquiring your guy, Brian Burns.
Yeah.
And making the front seven of that defense last year really, really scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the scariest in football. Like, the question was always the secondary, really.
Exactly.
And if I'll be honest with you, we'll talk about the Panthers later, but I feel the Panthers the opposite. It's like I've felt better about our secondary, and our front seven has been the issue. But y'all's, I feel like, is the opposite. It's like your front seven's great, it's the secondary. And if I'll be honest, I'd rather have a better first secondary or better first front seven than a better secondary, because it's like if you're rushing the passer and you're making them like have to run and throw off platform and all kinds of stuff like that, like that's better than better coverage. Because like if you're just sitting back there doing it all day, a good quarterback can beat good coverage. But like you got Brian Burns and formerly Thibodeau and like in your face, like that's going to change. But now, Arvell Reese is going to be there. Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker, picked up as well. But yeah, and I'll just to, and since we're talking about the defense, big acquisitions there: Greg Newsome the second, Tremaine Edmonds, DJ Reader, and Shelby Harris. Those are dudes that are they're slated as starters. Like those are some guys that are going to be there. They're going to get some solid reps. DJ Reader there coming from Detroit. Shelby Harris coming from Cleveland. Edmonds coming from Chicago. And Greg Newsome coming from Jacksonville. There's a lot. There's a lot there. And I think this defense will be interesting. All right. Wait, Thibodeau is there. Who did they trade?
Dexy. You got to remember, we traded Sexy Dexy.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so, okay. So all right.
Eagles. So
the pass rush is insane. Like, I'll be honest. Like, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Khalid Kareem. Pretty good. I mean, that's really good. And then DJ Reader being there. Lucky Fotu, you got that y'all drafted as well. Or, no, I don't know if you drafted actually. No, you didn't draft him, but you did get him free agency. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. The main questions for me in regards to injury, is the offense. Does the secondary do better than the offense? And of course, I added here the offense added Calvin Austin III, Juju Smith-Schuster, Darnell Mooney, OBJ, and Isaiah Likely. Those are huge in the talent department. And how's that going to work? I mean, there's some good names there. Like Juju Smith-Schuster's had some good moments. Darnell Mooney, I think he's extremely underrated. Calvin Austin is not bad either from Pittsburgh. But OBJ. But the one thing that we've kind of talked about, this is also worrying. How healthy is Malik Neighbors? That's kind of the question there. And I'll leave with this before July 29th. So literally today, the GM said the Giants GM said that Neighbors ACL will participate in individual drills during the early stages of training camp. So he's going to be in the individual, maybe not the team, not like 7-on-7 and 11-on-11, but he's going to be in the individual. So that is a good sign. But what are you thinking?
I really think this season hinges on if Neighbors is healthy.
Yeah.
Because if not, then I mean, we even lost what was it? Wan'Dale Robinson is who we lost this past season.
Yeah, he's gone now.
And he technically was our leading wide receiver.
Right.
But I mean, if Neighbors is there, then that just allows for all these other new acquisitions to show up and see what they could do. Like, I mean, especially because Neighbors will take so much of the coverage that these teams will try to dish out, essentially.
Right.
And I mean, I like the Giants' situation at wide receiver in a sense of like you could mix and match what you do with receiver and see what sticks and what doesn't. You know, if it's a year where it's like you said, if Darnell Mooney is having a great year, then it's like, all right, let's move him up. I honestly don't know why our lads has Darius Slayton as wide receiver, essentially wide receiver 2 over Darnell Mooney.
Right. I do think Darnell's in the top 3. By the end of the year. I don't know like what all. It depends on like what they want to do, but I think Darnell Mooney gets there. Maybe, right. and this isn't like a fit. Like these are like some of this is projection, particularly because a lot of this is not really decided yet, and I don't think teams have released an official depth chart as of yet. So like, we'll see. Sometimes they do that stuff like and I'm not saying this isn't the circumstance here, but it's like where they're like, oh, we want to say our drafted players earn the position or whatever, but they're going to be the starter. But like that kind of thing. But yeah, I think Darnell Mooney could be up there. Juju Smith-Schuster is interesting. He got a lot of flack in Kansas City. Had some drops. A lot of people made fun of him. A lot of memes. You could probably look up the NFL memes page and search Juju Smith-Schuster, and you would see tons of stuff there. But not bad. Calvin Austin too. Is this the Calvin Austin? Calvin Austin's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he'll be interesting, especially because like this one has him slotted in the slot, and I think that's a good place for him. So we'll see exactly how he shapes up there. I like this offense overall. Talking about the draft in particular, Arvell Reese, the edge, offensive tackle Francis Maugoa, cornerback Colton Hood, wide receiver Malachi Fields, who could get some decent reps here. It'll be interesting to see how he does in preseason games. Defensive tackle Bobby Jamison Travis, offensive tackle J.C. Davis, and linebacker Jack Kelly. Maugoa at guard is for sure probably going to be a starter. I think he is going to be a starter. And then Arvell Reese, of course, on the edge. Getting him insane. And then the other question I got is, like I said, I told you this before. I don't think I mentioned it here. How good is Jackson Dart? Like can he come back from the concussions, the injuries, stuff like that piles up? And how is Cam Scatteroo going to be? Is he going to? I don't worry about him as much. Like one of the problem is like I think with injuries in particular is like being able to mentally get over them. It's like, are you going to be able to trust yourself and like not have to worry about like, is that injury there? Like, are they acting like it's still bothering them mentally? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, are you able to push off? Because he had a horrific injury.
Cam?
Yeah. Like, I remember seeing the videos of that incident. I was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, that was gross to see in like watching it live. And I also hilariously enough can see why you're like mentally I don't think that'll bother him because mentally Cam Scadaboo.
He's like, I'm gonna do a shoey with some Red Bull on a stream, and I'm gonna be barking up a Jinxie in just like 2 days. All right, like
Exactly,
bro. He's. I don't worry about his mental. Like
he's good.
Yeah, he's fine, bro. He's fine. Like I don't worry. I'd be more worried about how Jackson Dart feels about Cam Scadaboo than how Cam Scadaboo feels about Cam Scadaboo. Like it's. Like how does Jackson Dart feel? Does he, But no, and Jackson Dart's concussions is something to worry about. I mean, that is an injury where it's like, you get one, it's like of course you don't want another injury, but like that is one that's like, how does it go forward? It's like that's a particular for a quarterback. You don't want him to be in the Tua category. You don't want to be in like, yeah, like so that is interesting.
And that's where I think coaching will definitely essentially change a lot of that situation. Because I think last year, with so many of Jackson Dart's weapons being taken out,
Right,
that the Giants were still kind of trying to win games. I don't know why. It should have been like it's let's tank in the draft sort of year.
right.
But I mean, a lot of especially, and I like Coach Dable, but Dable's coaching was a lot of running with the quarterback. And that's not to say that Harbaugh won't be anything of the same, but at least Harbaugh has dealt with it in his previous situation with Lamar Jackson. So maybe he can teach Jackson, I would hope, to be like, here, listen, you can still run with the ball, but you have to. My dog's freaking out. My goodness. But more so, like, teach him how to be more careful with himself. Like, here's how to run with the ball and not get yourself killed. Here's how to be more effective with running with the ball, and get to that next level where not only are you now Jackson Dart can sling the ball. We've seen that he can throw the ball.
Yeah, he's got a good arm.
And now it's like Harbaugh just needs to teach him, like, here's how you run and not get yourself killed and get into that next echelon of quarterback that I think he can become.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that the Giants nailed drafting Dart last year. I was questionable with it at first, but after seeing what he can do, I mean, I'm on the train right now, and I'm on the train until I see reason to not be on the Dart train.
I told you last year, I said I like Dart. Before the season, I was like, Dart is a guy that I like. I think he's underrated. I can't remember who the first quarterback was taken last year. Was it Cam Ward?
Yes, it was Cam Ward last year.
I was like, I don't know if I have him above Cam Ward, but I was like, I think he's close. Like, he's not too far behind. And he's looked good. I mean, Cam Ward's in a bad situation. I can't really evaluate him as much. But Jackson, I mean, he's got potential. I think he is good too. We'll see. And I do think having Jameis Winston behind him is going to help him too. Because I think there's not a better teammate in that regard. Like, Jameis Winston, like I've said this before, he went to bat for Deshaun Watson and defended him. Brother, if you've got that kind of guy that'll go to bat for you no matter what, like, you're good. You're good. So, like, there was some offseason controversy internally with the Giants between Jackson Dart, it was Abdul Carter, I think it was. Because Jackson Dart went to like the Trump thing, and and then like, so and they handled that. I think they talked about that. So as long as there's not like much noise like that off the like, don't be a distraction. If they don't be a distraction, I think they'll be fine. And I think that the reason I bring that up is John Harbaugh is really good with that. I think that he's one of those old school guys where he's like, he can squash that stuff, and we'll just see how he handles it. Because like, people don't give props to Mike Tomlin when he was with the Steelers and how much of like he concealed all the Antonio Brown stuff. and now it's like, go crazy. Go stupid. Like that is literally Antonio Brown now, but it's like John Harbaugh, I think, is a very similar in the way that he can handle that. So that is kind of how that'll be. So like, I want to see how that goes and how will the Giants go moving forward. But they got a potential. I think they could be sneaky good. I don't think their division is that. I don't know. Some days I wake up and I feel like maybe the Giants win the division. I think the Eagles are trending down. I think the Cowboys are kind of like, I think their defense improved. I think Cowboys have to win. That's how it is. The Commanders, they should be better next year, getting Jaden Daniels back healthy. And I think that the Giants have improved too. And they have, I was looking at the schedules. They have the 16th easiest schedule, so it's right in the middle. It's not like too hard or difficult. They had the 13th best offense last year. I think that's kind of underrated. People didn't talk. They're just outside of the top 10, and with the weapons that they've added here, as long as they can figure out like their wide receiver stuff and get a healthy Malik, as long as Malik Neighbors is healthy and feeling okay, they could crack the top 10. And the defense was 28th, which is not great. But if they can get to the 20th or top 20, if they're from 16 to 20, just based off of a couple of acquisitions, that could be a playoff team. I mean, that could be a playoff team. I'm not saying that they're going to, I mean, like I said, Rams going to win it all. But like, I just don't know. The division is interesting too. I don't think that the NFC East is really decided. I could see any 4 of the teams in that division win it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it hurt last year was a lot of the games. I don't know how much you were watching the Giants, but I was watching the Giants, right. And a lot of the games the Giants were in them. The Giants were either leading or like in the game, and then it was just, and this is where coaching comes in. For some reason, the decision last year, late in games, was to change up pressuring the quarterback into dropping back and letting the secondary play. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, realistically, I would think the opposite would be true. No, like pressure the quarterback in late situations, make him really have to feel like I have to nail this throw and I don't have a lot of time because like the game hinges on me. And the fact that the Giants changed that defensive strategy in fourth quarter in games to where it's like the quarterback's like, oh, these Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kevin Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence, they're not charging at me like they were in the past couple quarters. Like now I have time to observe and make the right play.
Yeah.
Like that's where I was very critical of the Giants defense because that's where it fell apart. And I thought that the secondary, I felt like the secondary should have been fixed a while ago, and it's been the Giants' problem for a while. And I'm going to appreciate the fact that the Giants have Francis Mauigoa, but at the same time, there was a player, I believe, from
Caleb
Ohio,
Downs. He was there.
He was there.
I was going to bring that up. I was like, he's there, and you let him go to an individual. I mean, that could haunt you forever. But I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. What makes it worse is when it's a division rival.
Right.
Like when that's and you're gonna see in week 1. I mean, here, like, I'm not wishing this. I'm just saying, week 1, Jackson Dart throws a pick, and it's Caleb Downs. Can you just
I'm throwing up.
yeah, I mean the return
I'm throwing up.
yeah, it's like bro, it's like
I already see it now, just sitting down, buffalo wing in hand, watching the game, watch it like dropping the wing like on the floor as Caleb Downs gets a pick six on Jackson Dart week 1.
yeah, or I mean the alternative, he throws a dot right over Caleb Downs' head, caught Malik Neighbors, he dances on him, touchdown. Giants win game 1. Sunday Night Football. That I'm excited for that. Cowboys versus Giants is a good one. 2 big market teams, 2 classic franchises, and getting that on Sunday Night Football week 1, fantastic.
This peak.
They have a tough couple games to start the year.
The Giants.
Yeah, home against Dallas, at Los Angeles Rams.
Oh,
yeah, and it's a very bad sandwich. Because that's your first 2 games, and then the last 3 games at Detroit, at Dallas, home against Philly. So, I mean, it's not like, look at the first 5. Home against Dallas, at Los Angeles, home against Tennessee, home against Arizona. Like, I think at that point you're hoping
2-2.
Yeah, well, yeah, 2-2. Maybe 3-1 if you can beat Dallas, Tennessee, and Arizona. I don't think Tennessee or Arizona is really going to be that great. And those games are home. Win your home games. I think 3-1 is kind of like the hope at that point. Then you have an at Washington, home against New Orleans, at Houston. You get a week 8 bye. And then you go at Philly, home against Washington, home against Jacksonville, at Indianapolis, home against San Francisco, at Seattle, home against Cleveland, at Detroit, at Dallas, home against Eagles. So the schedule's not the worst. I think that having Tennessee and Arizona right there between like the end of September, early October is a good couple to have. But you do have 2 primetime games to start the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys and then Monday Night Football against the Rams. So, you got some primetime. And then you have a primetime against Washington on a Thursday in December. It's not Thanksgiving. And then you've got a primetime against the Lions in December on Monday Night Football. And then your last game could be flexed against the Eagles. So they could flex the Cowboys one as well. But yeah, a lot of four as it says, 4 primetime games. How do you feel about that? You like primetime? You like being you like the whole world's eyes on your Giants?
I do, because I feel like it's a very exciting team to watch. Not to say that last time we were on primetime, I think they tried to put us against the Patriots, and that ended ugly. But
Right.
that was because of the way that we weren't feeling good by the time we reached the Patriots. We were not healthy.
Yeah. I also think like it's a pressure cooker. I think it's a good measurement because like the more pressure you can put on your team, it's like you put them in the pressure cooker, they get to experience that, and I think they learn from it. Even if you lose, you get in those situations, and then it helps you prepare for it the next time. Experience, and I don't think it gets better than that. So going to at Los Angeles Rams, I think that's a good early season, and who knows, maybe you catch them off guard. Big upsets, they happen typically early. Like,
yeah,
because it's like you catch them off guard September. Maybe someone's not ready yet. They're like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, Rams they're gonna be coming back facing San Francisco in Australia. So their first game is in Australia. So maybe you get them jet lagged, right? You never know. So like, we'll have to see what that is, but not a bad schedule overall. What are you thinking record wise? What are you feeling? It doesn't have to be a definitive one. We'll do like season, like actual record predictions at some point, but we're just kind of, what are you thinking? Like, what's your like ceiling and floor? Like, what do you think's like worst they do versus the best.
Okay, give me one moment to think about that.
Oh, you're good.
Just to get it straight, I think this. Let's go. Best case scenario.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of looking at their schedule. I mean, it's not like it's middle of the pack. Like it's the 16th easiest, which is also basically what 16th or 15th worst, hardest. So it's right there. You're muted right now, I think.
No, I'm just whispering to myself really quick.
Yeah, there's.
I think best case scenario, and this is gonna sound nuts, but also, like I said, I'm a Giants fan. I think best case scenario, 12-5.
Okay, I was thinking 11-6. I think 11-6. Like everything goes great.
So we're not far off. We're essentially one game.
That's like ceiling. That's my ceiling prediction. That's like everything goes great. I'm thinking like 11-6. Now, what's your floor?
Now, floor.
What's your like? Oh, we at least win so many games. I know there's debate. Jetting up in his head right now. I'm me.
I think 6-11 is floor. I think 6 wins is floor.
Okay. I was thinking 5-12. So we're very similar. We're very similar. I was thinking 5-12 because I was like Tennessee, Arizona. I was like maybe New Orleans, and then I was like maybe Indianapolis. So I'll give you one there, and then Cleveland, and then there was another one.
I was just thinking taking like Washington, one of the Commander games. Exactly.
Yeah. Like I was just saying, like things don't go great, and I mean it could be like. It could be up to 7, somewhere between 5 and 7. I'm not going to say the numbers, but 5-7 seems fair. My actual prediction, I think that they probably go like 9-8, 10-7, and I don't know if that'll be good enough to win the division, but I'm thinking somewhere in that range. I do think they have like a 9-8 year ish. That like if I was going to put a number on it right now, that's what I'm feeling, like a 9-8 ish.
Right. It could end up being that middle of the road of like they win some games that they're not supposed to, but then it's like, why are you losing to the Commanders on the second go around? You just beat the crap out of them in October.
Yeah, like you sweep Philly and you get swept by the Commanders. Like,
and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, and then you split with Dallas. And then like you lose to Tennessee, but you beat the Rams. Or no, like maybe I don't know, lose to Tennessee and beat Detroit. I don't know. These are situations that will be tough. And then there's a lot of course, it depends on other teams too. But yeah, like 9-8 is kind of what I'm feeling. 8-9 even, somewhere in that range. I could be. But I don't think it's a bad year. I think it's going to be a fun year. And I'll say having a team that's competitive, even if they lose, is way more fun than if they're just getting dogged on each week.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've both been there. We've both been there where our team's just getting absolutely just shit on every week. And it's not fun. So, future for the Giants looks pretty good. We'll see how Harbaugh does. But, yeah, I think that's our 2026 season outlook. Preseason, of course, things could change. Injuries, trades. Malik Neighbors coming back, decides he wants to be a slot receiver and that. I don't know. We'll see. But, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Let us know in the comment section. If you've watched this long, go to the comment section and let us know what do you think the Giants' record's going to be this year. You thinking, are they going 17-0, 0-17, or something in between? So let us know there. Again, make sure you subscribe if you like more content. Leave a thumbs up, and we'll be back with you in the next one. Hope you guys have a good day. Until next time, peace.